Hi guys, it's the end of the month. We're down in London on the Thames. As you can see, I need a haircut. I need to put a bit more weight on, but otherwise things are going well, making some progress. This month I'm going to give you a quick lowdown on some of the risks and the dangers that we'll be facing out on the trip. Before that, big thank you to our latest sponsors, Portable Offices, Daniel Silverman, both funding various costs of the trip, to Lumar, who've made our 5 very sturdy hatches on the boat, and to Overboard, who have given us some great waterproofing equipment that will keep our various electrical gizmos and stuff protected from the elements. So, the risks and the threats that we'll be facing. First thing to note here is that the whole expedition will be completely unsupported. So once we're out on the ocean, we will be all alone and we'll need to be prepared for all eventualities. The most obvious risk, I guess, to the expedition is the weather. We're going at a time when the weather will be the most suitable, so hopefully we won't encounter any hurricanes, but the mid-Atlantic is a hostile environment at the best of times, and tropical storms are a real possibility. They tend to bring very high seas, very strong winds, and the risk of capsize, of course, becomes much greater. The boat is designed to rewrite itself in the event of capsize, but it does tend to result in damage to the boat, loss of equipment, injury. It's not something we want to happen, but it is a risk. Also, the sun. When we're not in a tropical storm, the sun is likely to be incredibly hot, so we'll be completely exposed to the elements when we're rowing. The cabin will be a horrible place because the hatch has got to be closed all the time. So anyway, we've got to keep ourselves protected. Okay, so that brings me on to another notable risk, which is equipment failure. We'll be taking a small number of essential pieces of equipment that will enable us to complete the trip. Most notably the water maker. We'll be drinking up to 5 litres a day of water to keep hydrated, to keep us rowing. Without this, we will not be able to carry on. So, really important piece of equipment. We're taking lots of spares and know it inside out. Another obvious one is oars. We'll be taking probably 4 sets of oars. They have been known on previous expeditions to break all sets of oars, so hopefully that won't happen to us. It tends to happen with waves breaking against the side of the boat, etc. They're pretty strong things, but anyway, we'll be taking lots of spares. The rudder is another one. Without the rudder, we won't really be able to steer, and we'll be going around in circles, so very important. We'll probably take a spare rudder in case that happens. Unlikely, but we need to be prepared. Okay, so another notable risk, I guess, is ourselves. Physical and mental wear and tear is going to be a constant challenge for us both. Salt sores, severe blisters, backache are inevitable. So we're just going to have to look after ourselves as best we can, and mentally certainly just keep the morale up, because there'll certainly be some low moments, and hopefully we'll be in good shape physically, take on the challenge, but it's something that we need to be always wary of, because obviously with an injury we could put the whole expedition in jeopardy. Another notable threat is, of course, international shipping. We'll be going through a couple of major shipping lanes on the route, and obviously a 500,000 ton oil tanker is going to pose quite a threat to a small ocean rowing boat such as ours. We will be taking several pieces of technology to help us see them and help them see us. But it is always something that we've got to be aware of. These big ships tend to be out on cruise control when they're out in the mid-Atlantic, more often than not driven by some drunk Russian captain who's probably asleep on the bridge. It's like generalisation, sorry to any Russians out there. But yeah, it's something that we've always got to be aware of, and we'll be keeping a constant eye out when rowing. Wildlife, another potential threat to the expedition. The mid-Atlantic is natural habitat for ocean-going white-tip sharks. You probably won't have heard of these guys, but they're pretty inquisitive, opportunistic sharks that often follow small boats, big boats looking for scraps. They have been a problem for ocean rowers in the past. They're pretty rare. Certainly, attacks on humans are very rare, but it is a potentially a problem for us, and it's something when cleaning the barnacles off the bottom of the boat, it's something we're going to always have to be aware of, just in case one might be lurking nearby. So slightly less of a threat are whales. they too can be very inquisitive and have been known to get very close to ocean rowing boats. They'll be 4 times the size of our little boat, and of course an accidental swipe of the tail in the wrong place could cause serious damage. So hopefully that won't happen. So quite a few things to look out for. That's it for this month. Next month, hopefully we'll be able to show you the boat again. It's just undergone a pretty exciting, vibrant new paint job, so looking good. Hopefully we'll be able to get it out on the water soon for the first time, so that'll be great. Thank you again for all your support. Until next time.